Excellent day to you all from everywhere you're listening to me from. Here is Ambassador Dr. Adekunle Badmus. You're an ambassador for quality and affordable education in Africa and the global president of the Global Clusters Worldwide. It's another accurate knowledge and information revolution. And today, I want everyone to invite their friends and family because the 001 Accurate Knowledge and Information Revolution will be speaking to us. That is Professor Oladipupo. That is the Dean of Education Faculty of UNILAG, President Dean of Education Faculty, leading over 8,000 students. And he has gotten more than 4 decades experience in knowledge and information space. So, and that is why if you're watching now, you should invite your friends and family. But before we go on, we have a video that we normally play. And I want to welcome the grand entrance of the 001 Review Revolution of the Global Clusters. So, review department, please make host should make review department a co-host and let us play the video of accurate knowledge and information. Review department, go ahead and play the accurate knowledge. I will share the Oluwaseyi, Cluster and Oluwaseyi, play the video right now so that by the time the 001 is coming in, that is Professor Oladipupo is coming in, so we can, yes, that's good. Let's go ahead. Let me inform Prof that we are ready.
Knowledge is power, and the knowledge and information revolution is about sharing it freely. We live in a world where access to education and information can change lives. At Global Clusters, we champion this revolution by promoting lifelong learning, critical thinking, and the free flow of ideas. This is more than access, it's about empowerment. By equipping individuals with knowledge, we unlock innovation, drive progress, and shape a brighter, more informed future for all. Join us in spreading the light of knowledge and transforming the world, one idea at a time. Knowledge is the foundation of progress. Be part of the knowledge and information revolution at theglobalclusters.org. Stay informed about new revolutions, events, and insights. Every meeting is a chance to grow, innovate, and contribute to a more enlightened world. The revolution needs you. Join us now.
The revolution needs you. Join us now. The concept of accurate knowledge and information revolution is something that we cannot push away. We want everyone to know that the need for us to pay attention in our society on knowledge and information is second to none. And everyone needs to pay attention to this. The reason is that the children we produce from a private school and the children we produce from a government school comes to one society. They use only one community. They don't choose different community. Why we wait for the 001, accurate knowledge and information revolution to come on board. I just want to give us a teaser, for everyone, whether you're a clusterian or you're not a clusterian. And if you're watching this on YouTube, you should know that you need to be an embodiment of accurate knowledge and accurate information. Why? Wrong knowledge can destroy you. Wrong knowledge can render you powerless. If accurate knowledge will give you the right power, wrong knowledge will give you the wrong power. And when you have the wrong power, you misuse it. And these are things you must understand. And the need for everyone to seek accurate knowledge is something that, yes, our guest is coming in with the Global First Lady. I want to welcome the grand entrance of the Global First Lady of the Global Clusters. That is Chief Mrs. Motunrayo Adejoke Azizat Badmus. You're welcome, my darling wife. And I want to welcome the 001 Accurate Knowledge and Information Revolution of the Global Clusters Worldwide. That is Professor Adebayo Oladipo. You're welcome. It's your call today. Host, make Professor Adebayo a co-host so that Professor can actually share his screen. And once Professor share his screen, and that is the Dean of Education Faculty of University of Lagos, and is the one championing the revolution to say that we need accurate connection, accurate knowledge, we need accurate information. You know, is his call. He's been on the game for more than 4 decades, and we're going to be hearing today. I've shared his slide in our WhatsApp group. I'll share it on the Telegram group too, so that everybody can have the slide. But make him a co-host, and so that they can share. Sir, you have the floor, sir. You're welcome, sir. Kindly unmute and speak to us, sir. Professor Adebayo Oladipo. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, everyone. My name is Adebayo Oladipo. Okay, so it may be the short form of Oladipupo. However, it's called Oladipo. Thank you very much, Ambassador Adekunle Badmus, the prime mover of this revolution. I appreciate your honor. I appreciate your inviting me to be part of this revolution. And not only that, making me the head of this knowledge and information revolution is very timely. This is very key in the situation that we find ourselves as a nation. Not only here in Nigeria, Africa has a big challenge of knowledge and information sharing, information acquisition, information usage. And so there is the need for us to rub minds on the power of accurate knowledge and information, particularly in driving human and national development. Thank you, everyone. So, in the information age, access to accurate knowledge is not merely an advantage, but a functional necessity. I'll say that again. Access to information at this time, particularly accurate information, is not merely an advantage, but a fundamental necessity. Information shapes decision-making, like we know, at every level. From individual choices to national policies, we rely on information. Oh, you are hearing me?
Yes, we can hear you, sir. We can hear you, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir. We can hear you, sir. We can hear you, sir.
Hello?
We can hear you, sir. We can hear you, sir. Please, can anybody hear me? Am I still on the call?
Yes, yes, I can hear you clear and clear.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Tennyson,
All
please
right.
make Prof the co-host. Thank
Go
you.
ahead. Go ahead. I just shared the
Can you hear
slide
me
now.
now?
Yeah, we can hear you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Just
Can
go
you-
ahead.
Yeah.
I just shared the slide.
All right. Thank you very much. So I said information is key at this time. It shapes decision making at every level, from individual choices to national policies. However, misinformation, unreliable sources, and knowledge gaps pose significant challenges to human potential and societal progress. This discourse this evening will explore how accurate knowledge fuels human development in education, in skills acquisition, in health, one, education and skill development.
Sir, you are muted, sir. Unmute yourself, sir. Prof, you are muted.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now. Go ahead.
All right. Thank you very much. All right. I said education and skill development. It is key in our society. Accurate knowledge is the cornerstone of effective education, equipping individuals with the skills needed for personal and professional growth. Here we are talking about science, technology, engineering, and mathematics education. Grounded in verified scientific principles, drives innovation and prepares individuals for the demands of a rapidly evolving job market. What are we talking about? Today, there is the need for us to rely on adequate information, particularly in getting our education right. Without adequate information, it may be difficult for us to plan for education. What are we talking about? The enrollment into various levels of education depends on the correctness of information. How many people do we have at the lower level of education in Nigeria? Do we know? Exact number of people in the secondary schools, do we know? Exact number of people in tertiary institutions, do we know? These are the ways by which we'll make wrong decisions. If we don't have adequate information, it may be difficult for us to have adequate plans. And so, critical thinking is key when we talk about education that is to develop a nation or that is to develop an individual. the kind of education that we provide must emphasize critical thinking. It must emphasize employability. It must emphasize global competitiveness. Without this, it may be difficult for us to develop an individual that will make relevant contributions to the society, that will address the issues that are pertinent in our nation. What are we talking about today? We are talking about the issue of insecurity. We are talking about issues of poverty, issues of depression. We are talking about issues of poor economy. We are talking about poor management. We are talking about issues that are very critical to national development. So education must be able to provide information, accurate information that we need. And accurate information will provide accurate knowledge. It is key that we work on issues like this that will provide competencies that are globally evolving, competencies that are relevant. We are talking about critical thinking, we are talking about communication, we are talking about creativity, we are talking about character, we are talking about employability, and so many other skills that are required at this level. What about our health and well-being? Without reliable health information, it is difficult for us, or rather it will be difficult for us to have improved public health outcomes. All right? Accurate information empowers individuals to make informed health choices, leading to better overall well-being and longevity. It can further enhance prevention. And with that, there is the need for us to have informed decisions to reduce risk at various levels for various challenges that we may have in our communities within and outside where we live. There is also the need for us to have accurate information on how to treat. Accurate information will lead to effective medical care. Adequate knowledge will lead to effective medical care. Also, it will improve community well-being, the public health, what we talk about the public health. So, conversely, however, misinformation can have devastating consequences as seen during the COVID-19 pandemic, where false claims led to vaccine hesitancy and preventable deaths. So, again, there is the need for us to think about the social empowerment. Knowledge is key. Knowledge is power. And therefore, there is the need for us to talk about knowledge of rights, knowledge of laws, knowledge of opportunities. Okay? Opportunities promotes equality and inclusion, empowering marginalized communities and fostering a more just society. Civic education in democracies encourages informed voting and participation, enabling citizens to hold their leaders accountable and shape public policy. We can also see this in Nigerian situations. You see, during the electioneering campaigns in Nigeria, you see a very large crowd. Everywhere you go, everywhere the politicians go, you will see a very large crowd. But it will be to your greatest dismay that 10% of those that you will see during the campaigns did not register and they won't vote. It will surprise you that a few of the people that were going for these campaigns all over the place will vote. And will they even vote their conscience? No. This is because they have bought their conscience. These are the things that we want to work on in this revolution, that there is the need for you to acquire knowledge that will keep you stand, that will make you courageous enough to do what you need to do, to have your civic responsibility, to discharge your civic responsibility. When you have the knowledge, you have the adequate information about the politicians, about the people that are good, people that are not, people that are corrupt, people that are not, people that are committed, people that are capable, people that are not. It's only when you are educated, it's only when you have the knowledge of these people, knowledge of the political knowledge, social knowledge, educational knowledge, that you can discern, whether to go left or to go right. And that's why the social empowerment is needed. And you cannot have social empowerment without adequate knowledge, without adequate information. Adequate information about your environment, about the needs in your environment, about your personal needs, about the needs of the society. And these are the things that will guide your choice of a particular party, or a choice of a particular individual, or a choice of a leader at any point in time. That's why it is important. Justice also, and fair treatment, as a result of the knowledge that you have, as a result of the kind of information that is available to you. And most importantly, education, accurate information will grow our economy. How will that happen? Accurate data and market information enable sound economic policies and informed business decisions, driving economic growth and prosperity. Nations that prioritize data-driven economic planning are better positioned to attract investment, promote innovations, and create jobs. It further drives policy making. Without adequate information, now, we have not been able to get the population of Nigeria correctly for the past decades. We are still projecting. We are still not sure of the number of people in our nation. We still do not have the adequate or accurate information about the population of each state, about the population of the nation, about male, about female, about the religious population. We have not been able to get information that we need for decision making, for policy making, for business decisions, for innovations in this nation. And so it is a challenge that we need to work on as a team. So for policy making, there is the need for us to know, to have adequate population census taken in Nigeria, so that we know the exact population of Nigerians. Some people will say we have Nigerian population is estimated at about 300 million. Some will say about 200 million. Some will say about 198 million. Some will say it's about 250 million. We can make adequate decisions based on that, based on estimation. No, there is the need for us to have accurate information so that we'll be able to make precise decisions. And so informed investments also will depend on accurate information, business information available to us. That's not the only thing we need here. We have a lot of social challenges, infrastructure challenges in our nation. is so terrible that it's difficult for businessmen to predict. It's difficult for businessmen to make decisions. To say, okay, how many schools do we have here? How many markets do we have here? How many people do we have here? Talk about power supply, talk about water supply, talk about road infrastructure, talk about even housing. There are so many challenges that we need to work on to be able to live a good life as a nation. When we are talking about developed nations, what makes them develop is the issue of accurate information. And from accurate information, they make precise decisions based on the information they have. Oh, when they say, how many people entered Nigeria today? Our borders are so porous that we do not even know how many people entered the country. How many aliens do we have here in Nigeria? We do not know. These are the risks that we face in Nigeria today. So every sector of the economy requires adequate information. Adequate knowledge will propel adequate information. If we do not train ourselves adequately, if we do not have adequate knowledge in terms of education at various levels, it may be difficult for us to have the required skills to gather information. Data processing may be difficult without adequate knowledge. And so these are the areas that we need to focus on. So we also need to talk about influence of governance and policy making. Evidence-based policy making relies on accurate information and to address national challenges effectively. Access to reliable demographic data, economic indicators, and social statistics enables governments to make effective policies. It enables efficiently allocate resources also and to improve public services. So that's what we have been saying, that without adequate information, without access to reliable data, it may be difficult for us to make effective policies. It may be difficult for us to make efficiently allocated resources. And it may be difficult for us to improve public services. And so these are the basic challenges that we have as at now. Again, for innovation and technology, there is the need for us to have adequate information and to have detailed knowledge and skills that will allow us make innovations and to work around the technology. The research that we are talking about here, research and development, without adequate data, it may be difficult for us to go into research that will make impacts in the society. It may be difficult for us to go into research that will be creative and be impactful and that will solve problems in the society. So there is the need for us to work around knowledge sharing, knowledge acquisition, knowledge enhancement, and knowledge investment. Without all this, it may be difficult for us to develop. Development requires adequate scientific and technological knowledge, which fuels innovation and industrial growth and driving technological advancements in our society. Again, application of this knowledge, application of these skills will depend on the knowledge acquired, will depend on information acquired, and so which will improve living standard. Before living standard could be improved, there is the need for us to study the needs of the people. We have data of the people, the needs of the people, the environment, the resources available, how to improve the resources, and so on and so forth. There's the information, there is the need for planning, for a gathering of information, analyzing of information, predicting information, and utilizing the predictions. Without ability to do this, without the skills of doing this properly, it may be difficult for us to develop. And so, again, knowledge is key. We have said that earlier. And so information also is key. So what are the challenges in ensuring accurate knowledge? Despite the importance of accurate knowledge, several challenges hinder its availability and accessibility, particularly in developing nations like Nigeria. They include misinformation. Misinformation. What do we mean here? Spread of false information. This is very serious. It's one thing to acquire accurate information, adequate information, correct information, relevant information, useful information. Another issue is the dissemination of such information. The platforms from which this information will be disseminated is another issue that can carry misinformation. We have read, we have heard, we have seen, we have witnessed a lot of twists in information in Nigeria. And so, spread of false information is a disadvantage to development. Again, access disparity is another challenge. Unequal access to information. Can we raise tools for information access? How will the public have access to equal information? We have so many means of disseminating information. Can you see our tools today? We have our WhatsApp, we have our media, print media, we have our electronic media, and so many areas. We have different tools today, but what do they carry? Do they carry the right information? Do they carry the accurate information? Do they carry useful information? They carry unfair information, unequal information, twisted information, partial information. And so there is the need for us to learn the use of words. Communication is key. And so communication can be distorted when the channels are not right. When the senders do not have the right frame of mind. So there is the need for us to talk about the communication that will bring about development in our society. So institutional weakness is another challenge. Lack of robust system. Overcoming these challenges requires multifaceted approach involving governments, civil society, organizations, and individuals in our various societies. It is important that we talk about strategies for promoting accurate knowledge and information. All right. To strengthen the educational system, there is the need for us to focus on critical thinking. There is the need for us to prioritize critical thinking. The focus today should not be just memorization, indoctrination. There is the need for us to acquire skills that will be able to adapt. And so, if education is not adaptable, if the skills that we acquire from education are not adaptable, then it may be difficult for us to progress. So education systems must emphasize critical thinking. There must be media literacy, and there is the need for us to have evidence-based curricula to equip individuals with the skills to discern credible information. We are talking about inquiry-based learning. We are talking about media literacy workshops, and there is the need for us to do some form of reform in the curriculum so that it will be evidence-based curriculum. For instance, Finland's educational model stands as a prime example, emphasizing inquiry-based learning and fostering critical thinking skills from an early age. This prepares students to evaluate information effectively and make informed decisions. It is very important that we talk about the education system. That's not the only thing we should emphasize because of our time. There is the need for us to leverage technology for verification. AI has come to stay. And so we must key into the trend if we should progress, or if we will progress as a developing or as developing nations. Okay, AI and data analytics. There is the need for us to employ artificial intelligence and advanced data analytics to verify information, to detect patterns of misinformation, and to enhance the credibility of online content. Everybody will just put anything, upload anything online. They are not verifiable, and will continue to consume this. And it's whatever we see there that we act upon, whether it is positive or negative. So there is the need for us to have a way of verifying information. So, but without adequate data, it may be difficult for us to verify. So there is the need for us to employ artificial intelligence and advanced data analytics to verify information and to detect patterns of misinformation, and as well as to enhance the credibility of our online content. There is also the need for us to fact-check various platforms. Support fact-checking platforms, okay, which play a crucial role in debunking false claims and promoting accurate information in various contents. That's not the only thing. Algorithm transparency is also very key. Demand greater transparency from social media companies regarding their algorithms to combat the spread of misinformation effectively. Now, let me bring out one important thing about the use of AI. Today, you will agree with me that information that you see online are mainly applicable to advanced countries. And there is the need for us as Africans. There is the need for us as Blacks from various parts of Africa to think about the needs of Africans and carry out research work that will produce information or that will bring out information required for our advancement in Africa and that are peculiar to Africa, and upload such information. And so when you go online, you will have information relevant to African countries, relevant to our tradition, our culture, our social way of life, and so many other things like that. Our challenges. It is not just that we will get information online and we'll use it, or you adapt it to our own society, without thinking of the relevance of this information to our culture, to our tradition, to our needs, to our social challenges. So let us think about that. Without adequate information, it may be difficult for us to get. Without adequate knowledge, it may be difficult for us to achieve. So that it is not just anything that comes from the white world that will say, well, it is the best for us. Have we tested this? Have we used it? Have we applied it? And have we found it relevant? No. There is the need for us to go into research for development in Africa, development in our nation, particularly Nigeria. We have a lot of challenges and we have a lot of blessings too. God has so much blessed us in Africa with resources, natural resources, and human capital. But application of this will be what we will need in this revolution. We have the resources all over Africa. But the Europeans will come, they will tap the resources, they will take these resources away, and we will go again, we'll go and buy, we'll bring back to Africa, and it will be difficult for us to apply. Why is it that we have not developed to the level of our expectation? For over 50, 60, 70 years. Why? Have you sat down to think about it? We got our independence over 60 years ago. We are still battling with the same challenges. We are still waiting for China to tap resources, to get us resources, to lead all this, to bring this and that, to solve our problems for us. Waiting for America, waiting for Europe, waiting for all these people. Whereas the resources that are needed are here in Africa. But the knowledge needed is what we lack. The information needed is what we lack. The environment where we are could be called beautiful environment, rich environment, well-endowed environment. What do we need to tap the resources that we have, that God has deposited in Africa? We need skills. We need information to make policies that will bring about development, social development. We're talking about poverty, we are talking about illiteracy, we are talking about insecurity, we are talking about poor economy, low standard of living, so many things. We have a lot of challenges. People are living miserable lives. Why? Because we do not have the adequate information. We do not have adequate knowledge. Go to the northern part of Nigeria, go to the western part, eastern part of Nigeria, and everywhere. The same story of insecurity, unsafe environment. Why? Because we lack the skills that will make us develop. We lack the information that will make us make the right policies, right decisions. So there is the need for us to have adequate data. As we are saying, the focus of our discourse this evening is to look into the kind of skills, the kind of knowledge skills that will make us develop. Personal development and personal development will lead to national development. When we are not in the right frame of mind, it may be difficult for us to make the right decision. And so there is the need for us to have adequate knowledge, adequate skills, acquire skills, and then have adequate information that will make us develop as a nation. Again, there's the need for us to have international cooperation and knowledge sharing. It is also very key. Policy interventions and open data, very key. Knowledge investment. Government should invest in ensuring public access to reliable information through open data initiatives and transparent governance models. Okay? We can see that in Estonia's e-governance model, which ensures transparency and widespread access to accurate information and boosting public trust and participation. That's very key. We can use that model. Again, there's the need for digital literacy everywhere. Implement policies promoting digital literacy to enable citizens to navigate the online landscape effectively and critically evaluate sources. Very key. Again, international cooperation is also very important. No nation is an island. And therefore, there is the need for us to have adequate knowledge of how we can collaborate as developing nations, international cooperation and knowledge sharing. Global partnerships. Establish global partnerships to facilitate the sharing knowledge or sharing of knowledge, best practices, and resources for promoting accurate information and sustainable development. This is very key. Bilateral relations, very key. What kind of policies are we agreeing upon? What kind of collaborations are we doing? What kind of agreement are we making? Is it such that will be lopsided or such that will be of mutual benefits? We need to look at that. It should not be selfish. Our leaders must not be selfish. Those that we consider as leaders also must be such that are very knowledgeable in the needs of the people and very, very critical in their thinking. Again, UNESCO initiatives. They support UNESCO's initiatives aimed at promoting open educational resources and enhancing access to quality education worldwide. And so we must also borrow from their initiatives, as we'll also think of what will be of immense benefit to us and for our development. There is also cross-border collaboration. Encourage cross-border collaboration on research and development to address global challenges with evidence-based solutions and shared insights. So we have one or two case studies here. We said German's vocational training. When you think about the German's model of development here, you talk about their economic growth, which increased their productivity and reduced unemployment. So, and their vocational training methods. If we go into details of this, maybe later we'll have the opportunity of thinking about discussing the German model. German strategic investment in vocational training, coupled with the use of accurate labor market data, has significantly reduced unemployment rates and stimulated economic growth. This highlights the impact of aligning education with real-world needs. It is very, very important that we look at that. Maybe one day we'll look at the German's model of development. We think about that. Venezuela's economic mismanagement is another thing. It should be we should look at this again, and these are the types that we should not go into. We should look at their own excesses, their problems, and we should avoid it. There is hyperinflation, there is social collapse, there is manipulated data, and so on and so forth. Though they have a lot of challenges, but they are even worse than those of us in this part of the world. Nigeria is better than Venezuela. But let's look at the issues that are relevant. Look at India. India's digital revolution is key. It gave them increased access, enhanced information access, digital literacy, and connectivity. But they also had a lot of challenges concerning misinformation through WhatsApp, through platform regulations and all that. India's digital revolution has significantly increased access to information, but also struggles with misinformation, particularly on platforms like WhatsApp. This illustrates the dual nature of technological advancements in the information age and the need for a balanced approach. Ladies and gentlemen, ensuring a knowledge-based future, how do we do that? There is the need for accurate knowledge and information, which are indispensable for human empowerment and national progress, driving advancements in education, health, economic growth, and governance. To ensure a knowledge-based society, stakeholders must prioritize access to reliable information, combat misinformation, and foster an environment of trust and transparency. In an era of rapid technological change, guaranteeing the accuracy and accessibility of knowledge will determine the trajectory of global development, shaping a more informed, resilient, and equitable world for generations to come. Stakeholders are urged to act now to secure this future. Ladies and gentlemen, I will be waiting to listen to your comments on this brief presentation. So there is the need for us to go into such a revolution that will bring reorientation, that will bring about new value, that will bring about critical thinking, that will bring about competence, that will bring about creativity, innovation, good communication, good character. That's the type of education that we must focus on, without which development may be difficult in Nigeria and in Africa, and globally too. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow, 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 wow. This is amazing. This is amazing. Wow, wow. That is the voice of the 001 accurate knowledge and information revolution of the global clusters. That is Professor Adebayo Oladipupo, the current serving Dean of Education Faculty of the University of Lagos. Thanks for volunteering into this course to promote accurate knowledge and accurate connection. I believe we have all learned a lot. Immediately, I'll be calling the 001 NAPS of Oyo State. That is Dr. Mary Odedari. What's your take on today's accurate connection, accurate knowledge and accurate information revolution lecture that we've listened to today? Dr. Mary. Dr. Mary, are you there? Can you unmute yourself? Admin, send to Dr. Mary to unmute Odedari.
Yes, I'm
Good
doing that
afternoon,
already.
sir.
All right. Welcome, ma.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good
You're
afternoon, ma'am.
welcome, ma. You're welcome, ma.
I'm so sorry. I'm listening partially. I'm still engaged, doing something somewhere where I am, not even at home.
Okay.
I want to say you are well done. Good afternoon. And I want to appreciate the prof for the lecture given unto us. Actually, the only thing we need now is that information. But whatever information should be accurate. Whatever knowledge should be accurate. I think that is the way out. I'm sorry, I may not be able to say more than this for now because I'm still engaged. Somebody is right beside me. It's a kind of interview. They are collecting some information from me. So sorry, so I'm with you. Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you very much. The 001 NAPS or your state, and that is Dr. Mary Odedari's voice. Let's have the 001 real estate cluster of the global clusters. That is Ambassador Abosedeko. He's also an educationist, academician in school owner. What's your take on today's accurate knowledge and information revolution lecture by the 001?
Good evening, sir. Ambassador, good evening, sir. Our able prof. Thank you so much for teaching us. Actually, my networks was just fluctuating. I didn't really get the lecture fully, but I got it caught my interest because I saw that it was purely on education ground, and I hope to study it very well and get back later. Having said that, I think for us to be well, for us to function well, we need accurate information. For us to function well, we need to understand the environment we are. We need to know how to get knowledge and apply it to the challenges that are facing us in our day-to-day activities. We need to get the best curriculum of education feast. We need to get the best methodology of teaching. We need to get the delivery for the learning and teaching. We need to get the best methods that enhances effective learning from the learners, and also enhances effective learning from the deliverer, that is the instructor. We also need to make use of the accurate instructional materials. We also need to get the accurate learning environments. We also need to make sure that distractions are not allowed. We need to be focused. It is only when we do that that the knowledge that are being shared to us, just like we are hearing now, can actually turn our world around. Thank you so much, sir. Whatever we are being told, we need to go and study this lecture again. I think I will do that. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much, Pastor Abosedeko, for that contribution. Let's have Clusterian Oluwaseyi Odushagun. What's your take on today's lecture by our 001 Accurate Knowledge and Information Revolution?
Yes, thank you so very much, sir. Really appreciate your time again. And thank you, Prof. We really appreciate everything that you have given. We are so grateful. What you are giving to us, we ought to pay you, but you are giving it to us for free. And we believe that your university definitely reward you. Thank you so very much. We appreciate you telling us again that we should be mindful of misguided information. That it is even better not to know anything than to know the right thing, than to have the wrong thing, the wrong information at heart. And it's very important for us also that whatever we want to give to our students, whatever we want to give to our learners, whatever we want to spread across, it should be something that is relevant to our culture, to our peculiarity, and we should also do our best as Africans to start studying. We should bury ourselves into reading. If you take time, everything is not just about money, material things. We should chase after knowledge also. When we chase after knowledge, that is when we're going to be improving on what we have and making ourselves better. We should also, those of us that have the opportunity to be close to the government, we can hint the government about, because yes, the government can't do everything. They just give the policy. Some people are making the implementing the policy. The policy makers, they should take from from what you have said, the idea of some people, you are giving us some example, Estonia, Finland, they can take all the, it's not compulsory they are there. Online, you get all this information, then you now pick them and make them applicable to what we can do and how we can be best for ourselves. And talking about AI, thank you so very much. We appreciate you, sir, that you are an elderly statesman that embraced AI. We appreciate you, sir, because some older people said AI is evil. We appreciate that you embrace it, you love it, and you encourage us to improve on it to make it better for our children. And we are so grateful because this is what we even did yesterday in the global process, encourage our younger ones about how to use AI to tell their stories in education and to make them financially free. Thank you so very much, and we look forward to having you again and again. Thank you, sir. Thank you. We are grateful.
Thank you very much, Sheyi.
Thank you, sir.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. Let us have clusterian architect Isaiah, the OO2 pharmacokinetics cluster of the global cluster. What's your take on today's accurate knowledge and information revolution?
Good evening, sir. Our global president, Ambassador Adekunle Badmus, our first lady, Chief Mrs. Monturayo, our O1 accurate knowledge and information, our prof, I just spoke. Also, my colleagues, Cluster Sheyi, Cluster Afolabi Dare, and every other person present, both clusterian and non-clusterians. I say good evening to every one of you. The lecture we got this evening, in fact, impressed me a lot. Accurate information and knowledge is what we cannot deny in our today's society. Today's society that we are, without this information, will be led wrongly. And if you look at our society, Nigeria society as a case study today, things are going wrong. Wrong database, wrong politics, other thing. You can just imagine a person that has gotten wrong information, or a person with 2 NIN. Can we say that's a good information? Person with 2 birth certificates, which need to retire at a particular time. But due to that, there is an adjustment on retirement age. That's the wrong information. And if this continues, what we are fighting against on our father's land will not be achieved. But we are thinking of eradicating poverty, removing poverty from our father's land through education, through accurate knowledge and information. But yet, people are still practicing and, inviting wrong information to the society. And with that, there will not be proper transformation within the society. So I think at this time, everybody needs to wake up and make sure we do what? We share accurate information within the society. If you look at the health rate of mankind, many have died because of wrong information. Some will go to the laboratory to diagnose. At the end of the day, the results of the diagnosis will not be given to them. Another one will be given. Due to that, what do you call it? Due to wrong information that they have gotten, can lead to death. So we have to wake up in our father's land and make sure we acquire the right information that will take our country to the promised land, and that will make us to do what? To remove poverty that we are fighting against on our father's land. Thank you so much, sir, our prof, for the lecture given to us this evening.
Amazing.
Thank you very much.
Amazing. Amazing. I want to hear from a submission from Cluster and Afolabi Dare David. What's your take on today's accurate knowledge and information revolution of the global cluster from our 001? Please, in 1 minute, please.
Yeah, good evening, sir, my ambassador. Good evening, sir. Professor Oladipo. Thank you for that wonderful lecture today. It's just as if we should not just end it, that we should just continue because I'm really learning a lot from that lecture today. And my brother, good evening. Everyone on the call today, good evening. So I'm so happy to be here, and I just don't know what to say because everything that our professor said is very key. Is very key. And just like my brother said, as old as he is, yes, he adopts AI. He knows that AI is part of us right now. We can't do without AI right now. If you want to get the right information right now on anything, just go to ChatGPT, which is an AI tool. You get it. You understand? So, when we are making research, making use of the right information, it will improve our life, our health, and our society as well too. But on social media right now, it is wrong information, wrong knowledge that is being passed around. It is rubbish information that somebody is fighting somebody, or wrong information, rumors that is being passed around, and it's so pathetic. It's so pathetic. But when we call people to come and join the global cluster so that they can be getting the right information, right connection, and right knowledge, they think we are joking. Look at what we've been taught today. I'm just so happy to be here today, and I'm going to add this to the knowledge I've already gained in the global cluster to improve my life around me. Thank you, sir. Thank everyone on the call today.
Amazing. I'm in the house of one of my fathers. Me, young man like this, I don't have my mate as my friend. And I'm in the house of he was one of our mind surgery. He's Dr. Fire. He's a retired lecturer, and he's a Canadian Nigerian, and he's going to give us his own submission on the accurate knowledge and information today. Dr. Fire, in 1 minute, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, nice hearing the Professor 001. He has said it all. That is wonderful kind of thing. Information rules the whole world. Whoever is not well informed will be deformed. That is one of the problems that Professor is trying to analyze in Africa. We are not properly informed, so we are deformed. We are confused. Even when you sit down on the top of gold, gold will not turn to gold until you are well informed. So a man without adequate or proper knowledge or information will be mischief in the whole world. That is why we sat down on the gold, but we don't know what to do with the gold. That is why our life is miserable. So with full respect to Prof, he has said it all. I really concur with him that information is key. So my own take is that how do we do this information? Information starts from family. If I'm well informed as a father, my children will be well informed. A deformed for area boy you see on the street, there's area father. You don't have area boy without area father. It's area father that gave birth to area boys. And what is the area father do? Area father is not well informed. So he gave birth to area boys. So that is what we are saying. Me and you, we are lucky, including our 001 professor, we are lucky. But where you have 90% of a population that are misinformed, that are disinformed, what do you expect from that society? The answer is, it's a good guess of all of us. So from what Ambassador said, I happen to be in Nigeria. There's no argument about that. I'm also a Canadian. I studied Canada very well. Everybody is informed. Even a madman is informed. Nobody will throw stone to a madman because it's wrong. And no madman will even come with cutlass and say he want to call because it's against the law. A madman in Canada, a dog knows that when there is a green light, he has to move. When there is red, I'm talking of animal. I'm not talking of human being because that dog is well informed. So when a dog is well informed, nobody will say brake light. No, when there's red light, even in the midnight, you're going to stop. That is information. Because if you don't stop, you're going to get ticket. Because the camera is going to take you. Nobody will just police you, but something is policing. That is information that make anybody obey law. But in Nigeria, everybody go, when there's red light, everybody move against red light. So I concur with the 001 professor. Information is key. Then our solution is that how do we well inform in Africa? It will start from homes. Homes. For area father that gave area to area boys, what can we do about that? So because there's no area boy that doesn't have area father. So information is key. Be well informed, otherwise one will be deformed. That's my take. God bless you all.
Wow, amazing, 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 amazing. That is the voice of Dr. Amos Fayam. He's a retired lecturer from Bangkok before he relocated to Canada, and he's here as an immigration consultant. Retired, but no, not tired. Having said that, let's hear the voice of Clusterian Adeyemi Omoyewa. What's your take on today's accurate knowledge and information? You can speak in Yoruba, no problem. Go ahead. Adeyemi Omoyewa.
Good evening, everybody.
Excellent evening to you.
Mr. Seyi, why are you always smiling? Okay, I don't have much to say because I'm kind of more busy there. But every day no la máa ń gbọ́ ọ̀sọ̀ọ̀sẹ̀ náà la máa ń gbọ́ accurate knowledge and information kọ́lọ́run wà lọ́wọ́. Ẹni tó bá máa mú lò náà ló máa mú lò. Àwọn Yorùbá sọ pé ọ̀pọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ kágbọ̀n afẹ́fẹ́ ló máa ń gbé lọ. The only thing I'll just say is follow who know road. Tẹ̀lé èèyàn tó mọ̀nà kí wọn náà bá lè mọ̀nà. Kò séèyàn kan tó mọ̀ tán. We are learning every day. Everybody is learning every day, and like I used to say, ká má jẹ́ kí ojú títì àbí ìgbéraga kó mú wa dé level pé if you don't understand something, ká má lè béèrè question. It's always good to ask questions sometimes. If you don't understand something, you ask question. Like our president used to say, no question is a dumb question. You ask. Nǹkan téèyàn ò bá mọ̀, èèyàn máa béèrè ni. Wọ́n ní abèrè ọ̀nà, ẹ má bínú pé mò ń pòwe ló jẹ́ ẹ̀yin àgbàlagbà. Abèrè ọ̀nà kò kí ń ṣìnà. Ṣé understand? So, kọ́lọ́run ràn wá lọ́wọ́. Sometimes èèyàn lè máa tẹ̀lé èèyàn tó jẹ́ pé ó mọ̀nà gan. But just because you are too full of yourself to ask question, oh, ní mọ̀nà, you will be following the wrong path. So it's always good to ask question. A lot of time. Me, I used to ask question a lot. So, kí Ọlọ́run ràn gbogbo wa lọ́wọ́, kó ṣàánú wa kí ká má bá èèyàn tó máa mislead wa rìn. So that's the little token I have for today.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you very much for that. That is the voice of Clusterian Adeyemi Omoyewa. I will take two more, then because our time is fast spent, then we'll round up. 002 Certificate Revolution, Clusterian Kayode Oyedotun, aka Master Genie. What's your take on today's accurate knowledge and information revolution?
Thank you very much, sir. Greetings to our First Lady as well, and to our 001 Accurate Knowledge and Information. Thank you so much. On behalf of everybody, we are so grateful of that lecture. I will urge every one of us here today to please go back to that presentation and, dissect it to your own understanding, because that is the accurate information we all need, no matter where we are at this point in life, whether we are young or we are getting old. Even the 001 understand the use of the AI. The AI is part of life now. So thank you very much for that lecture you have given us today, our 001 Accurate Knowledge and Information. That is what we need, and I urge everyone to play the video of today again so that you can gain from this information again. There is nothing that we need than accurate information and knowledge to help our fatherland, to bring everything that is in the developed country to our own country to make it develop. Thank you very much, sir, for this opportunity. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you, to certificate revolution of the global clusters. Finally, let's hear from Clusterian Folashade Ifegege. You know, in 1 minute, what's your take on today's accurate knowledge and information revolution?
Good evening, President. Good evening. I've learned a lot in this global cluster. Today's lecture, hey, I pick a word this evening that if you are not properly informed, you will be deformed. When you don't have the right information, we go misplaced. I learn a lot. I don't have anything to say, but to appreciate this lecture we learned this evening. Thank you, sir. The 001 of accurate information and accurate knowledge. I learned a lot this evening. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Professor Folashade Ifegege. I want to appreciate everyone for coming on the call, and I want to appreciate Professor Adebayo Oladipo for volunteering to champion this revolution globally, you know, to ensure that we bring in accurate knowledge and information. This slide has been shared in our community. I want you guys to pick the slide and post in the global clusters latest gist, you understand, add it to the document and all of that. And I want people to volunteer to this revolution, you know, support Professor Adebayo on this revolution. If you're watching us online, this is the global clusters. Who are we? We are a consortium of professionals or upcoming professionals, technocrats or upcoming technocrats, entrepreneurs or upcoming entrepreneurs, where we share accurate knowledge of our industry. Why? Because it gives us right power, accurate information, because that is the bridge between where we are and where we ought to be. Accurate connection, because to whom we are connected to determines what we collect. We are not just a social media platform with a marketplace, with ability to make money or with ability to sell your product and services, and with ability to exchange contacts and connect with one another. We are a nation building platform. And if you want to join us, you can download the app on Play Store, or you go to www.theglobalclusters.org, and a one-time lifetime registration fee of $30K for an individual and or $21, or as a vendor, a one-time lifetime of $50K or $35 is required for you to join the Global Cluster community. And you can get all of our free revolutionary concept, our impact strategy. No, this is one of the training. We train every day. The first ever social media platform that promotes morals is the Global Cluster. The first ever social media platform that advances humanity forward is the Global Clusters. The first ever social media platform that is a nation building platform is the Global Cluster. Tomorrow is Accurate Connection Revolution. Come and learn how to build the right social capital. From 5 to 6 p.m., we'll be on the call to teach each other on how to build the right social capital. A special thanks to the 001 Accurate Knowledge and Information Revolution, that is Professor Adebayo Oladipo. For what you have done today, a lot of people have learned it. The YouTube link has been sent to the platform. Ensure that when this review comes, share it worldwide. Let everybody learn. Let's share it. I'm going to share it in all of our diaspora meetings everywhere. Everybody should learn from this thing. Most of these professionals, they are always quiet. You can see what the value we have gotten today. This value is second to none. Everybody, if you are watching this YouTube link, share to your friends and family. Let us use the right knowledge, the right information to fix our father's land. Thank you very much. I appreciate everyone. Having said that, I want to draw the curtain here today, and don't miss tomorrow's meeting. Endeavor to share all of the things that we have put in the global clusters. Partake in the JQY. The combo package is there for you guys to make some money. Every young person in Nigeria, don't tell me you don't have a job. There is something for you to do in the global clusters.
and you can make money. You can do something. You can share people's product and services on your social media platform. You can sell the combo package. You can sell the ARE. You can land ownership for clusterians. All clusterians must have a place in the have a place there. So don't miss all of these great opportunities for you to scale up in life. Having said that, I want to appreciate everyone. I want to appreciate everyone that has contributed. I want to appreciate the 001, and I want to say excellent evening to you all. Bye for now. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Prof. Bye, sir.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Yeah.
Bye.